Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Okay, everybody back up. There's not one of us that has not committed sin. We are so quick to judge. We are quicker to judge in a mean way than we are to jump in and try to help somebody whenever somebody falls short and falls to sin. Instead of critically judging them, we need to lovingly try to help them. Every single one of us is subject to giving in to sin or temptation. There's not one person walking the face of the earth who is perfect. So many people, you'll just see it in their eyes. So many people have so much cruel hatred, and they throw off on people and they criticize people for sinning or saying or making a mistake, and we could be that very one. How would you want somebody to act to you if you did that? You would want them to have compassion on you, right? You would want them to pray for you, right? We need to be more that kind of judgmental, judging and help correcting, judge in a loving way, and not in such a critical way. There is this, I'm not going to say names because I don't know if we could get in trouble here, but there is a popular musical group going around, and apparently a lead singer had done some really bad stuff and they resigned from the group. And I just thought, so many people are on here being so critical of this man, when if they were in the same position, they would have had just as much chance of giving into that temptation and making a mistake and falling into sin. And you hear people just throwing off on him, and it breaks my heart because that's hatred spewing. It hurts that person's heart. We need to care more about each other instead of going through and just saying every mean thing we could possibly think of and automatically putting ourselves above them, thinking, oh, I wouldn't do that. There's no way I'd get caught in that. Yes, my friend, we can be subject to falling into any sin, any temptation at any time because we're flesh. We may think we're above it, but we're not. That's why we need God. That's why Jesus had to come and sacrifice himself, because we all fall short, and we will continue falling short. We will continue falling to our flesh until Jesus cracks open that beautiful sky and we go home. So, it's something to really think about. As soon as you think you're too big for sin, that's when sin creeps in and can get you. So think about it. Pray about it before you judge and are critical, before you're harsh, before you open your mouth and say words you can't take back. Words hurt just as much as a fist does, if even more so than a fist. Think about what you do, because none of us can cast that stone.